to Finale in Italy. Wow, it's been a journey and a half, and within the first 5 days we estimated around 50 to 60 miles downhill. Now that only takes its toll mentally, physically on your body, but also on your bike as well. And in this series of videos I'm going to break it up into smaller chunks. I'm not going to throw it all at you at once. We may actually do one part just on the destination. How much does it cost to get over there? What's involved? How tiring is it? And the whole start to finish of getting from Leeds to Italy. And we're going to cover that completely. Now, I'm sat here now limping. I've got some right battered and bruised legs, not only from the mosquitoes, but also from coming off. Make no mistake, you will come off. Every single rider who's there today came off several times, including the guides on the trails as well, and they know the trails very, very well. Going downhill for 50 minutes on some of those trails is exhausting, and with that comes fatigue, with that comes mistakes, and with that comes, well, eating gravel or dirt.
My leg!
Now, Finale Ligure has immense trails which cover everything from woodland, sandy, gravel, you name it, steep technical riding. It is incredible, but we'll talk about that as we get further into the video. Welcome to Finale in Italy, the mecca of mountain biking. Welcome to part 1, the journey. So here we are, we're now in Maidstone. We were just saying, look at that bike rack. There's probably about 30 grand's worth of bikes on there. It's absolute madness, isn't it? We're having a little bit of a pit stop before we head down now for the Eurotunnel. So there we are, that's the status update. You can see on the back here we've got a high bike and we've got a beautiful orange crush, which is my mate Steve's. I think we're going to have to update that as well. But yeah, there we are. So we're going to be heading off now to get the tunnel. And here is the love wagon. So you may be asking yourself, why on earth would you want to drive all that way instead of flying? Well, of course, you can't take your e-bike battery on a plane, and we've heard horror stories of people that booking batteries at the other side, and when they get there, there's been a mistake, or the battery's not available, or it's just a complete nightmare, meaning you're stuck with your e-bike with no battery, having to hire a bike. Hire bikes are around 60 to 80 pounds a day, depending on which one you actually want to use. If you've never been on the Eurotunnel before, it's quite easy. You just pre-book it online, you arrive at the time 2 hours early, though make sure you're there early. Drive on, it's £300 for us between 3 of us, and that included a bike rack and a couple of bikes on the back. And once you're on there, it is completely and utterly safe. It's almost like you're locked in your own carriage section, and they do advise you that you stay in your car most of the time, but you can get out and have a walk around if you want to. From there, you get across to Calais, and well, you've got a bit of a drive. But what's most important is the Amovis tag, which you can buy here in the UK. It comes as a little separate pack. Now what this does is, in France, they don't pay road tax. They only pay a toll to go down certain sections of the road. And this little tag goes up here in the hashed area that you'll probably find on your van or vehicle. And if you don't, you can actually use this by hand. And when you come to the toll booths, once that's up there, you drive up, the traffic lights will change, and you can go straight through. Occasionally, if this doesn't work, you can always press the button and get a ticket, and you pay cash at the other side or with your card at the other end as you're going through the other side. Now, how this works is, if you're using the tag, you go through, the lights go green, and it automatically charges your credit card a month later. Now, be aware that some of these tolls are up to £48 each, and you're going to go through quite a few of these on the way over and the way back. So the total amount we spent on the tolls is now on screen. I also forgot to mention there the Amovis tag. Once you get that, there's a £20 deposit, but you will get that back once you post it back when you're back in Blighty. Eventually you'll end up at Mont Blanc. Now this is a great place for a break. It is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. The mountains with the snow on top. Even though the temperature here, French Alps, is pushing the back 20s, it is very hot already. Now, while we're on the topic of things that you're going to need on your holiday, you're going to need two things. The first one is going to be your global health card. This is applicable online from the NHS. It's free, and you're going to have it in some places and some countries to actually get in. So make sure you get that. It takes 2 weeks to arrive in the post. You're also going to need to get yourself some really good sports insurance cover for travel and riding on the mountains. Now, why do you need this? Well, I went with Sports Direct and I bought the gold package basically. £40. This gives you the ability, if you get into serious injury on the mountain, you can get a helicopter and you will be airlifted off. Includes all medical, all treatment and the hospital and being picked up by ambulance and everything else. Do not skimp on this. You do not want to be in a foreign country with no travel insurance. Now, I paid £40. It's better to pay £40 and be safe than to worry about all that when you actually get over there, because accidents do happen on this mountain. It can be quite savage. Of course, you're going to need your passport, your euros, and while people tell you that there are no mosquitoes, I myself am very juicy and they tend to bite my legs really badly. So get yourself some smidge or some other product like that off Amazon, and again, cover yourself in it. You don't want to be bitten, especially when you've got all your pads on then the day after. It is terrible. To give you a little update, I don't know where we are. We're in Vive la France, obviously, and we're stopping here at Aviva, just to give everybody a little bit of a break. Steve's been driving all the way since England, and we're at least, I think it's 8 hours away still, or is it 10 hours? It's one or the other. So the plan is we're going to stop every 2 hours and have a bit of a break, and I suggest if you do the same thing, do it, because you end up like, ugh, after a while on the motorway. And I'm going to get some sleep and then I'm going to do some driving, so that's how it works. So it's a fuel stop, and here we are, ready to rock and roll. And be aware that a packet of crisps is £4.50 or £4.50, 4.5 euros. So I don't know what that is the equivalent is. It's probably £4.50, isn't it? Rip off.
Yeah, I've got to go this side.
It's been a long night, to put it that way. I can't sleep in that van unless I've had a few sherbets. There's no way I can sleep in that van. It's just so uncomfortable because it's not really a bed, you've got to sleep on 3 seats. But anyway, we're about 100 miles now back. Well, I say 100 miles back, 100 miles left to go before we actually get to the hotel in Italy. And we're having a bit of a Pischenhausen stop. I think somebody's having a Scheisse stop. But yeah, so that's the update. So there we go, our first taste of Italy. The cranberry cookies are biscotti, and if you know which coffee, it's not Costa, where do we usually go?
Starbucks and Costa.
Starbucks used to do an almond biscotti. It's back in stock, they're absolutely stunning. And that is the service station cappuccino, which is excellente, got to say. It is warm, really warm. We've been told it's around 28, is it 28? 26, 28 degrees. Yeah, it's hot, you know how hot it's been back in the UK. So mountain biking here, thank God we've got an uplift because I've brought the Alpine 6. Yeah, I think we're going to need some suntan lotion. I can feel the sun. We've only been out 10 minutes while he gets his moondraker sorted out. Hire bike is €60 a day, so not bad at all really. Saves you lugging it across if you haven't got a van. So €60 for a brand new 2022 moondraker or moondraker, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, those mountains are pretty big. They won't come out on the GoPro very well, but yeah, should be a good day today. As we make our way up this windy mountain to get to the actual hotel, we've already seen the emergency helicopter and an ambulance coming down, so hopefully that wasn't a mountain biker. But yeah, still haven't quite reached the hotel, and we're just thinking now we've got to ride up this every time to get back.
Where are we?
So here we are now, we're starting to get all the bikes out. As you can see, there's a lot of bikes. That's the higher bike, the moondraker. High bikes galore over here, beautiful. You've seen the picture of those. Orbea, another high bike. Canevo, Orange Crush, another Trek Rail. I don't know if it's a 9, is that Trek Rail 9? I'm not sure.
And over here we've got my Alpine 6. So here we are in the valley. I shall update you in the next video regarding the hotel and where to stay and how much it costs. And all that good stuff. But yeah, feeling good to say we're 24 hours, I think, basically. I'll put it on screen how long it took us. No lighting down the side of the van there, so we're going to have to be careful when we've had a few sherbets. Anyway, I love you and leave you. I'll find it, you can ride it.